Scott Winterton, Platinum Home Realty, Platinum Mortgage. There's a sign. This is video number 9. So this one is about mistakes people have made prior to closing that blew deals up. Okay. First thing, um, if you're married and you have a lot of credit card debt that your spouse doesn't know about, they're going to see it on the loan application because all your debts are listed on the loan application. So if that's something you've been keeping to yourself, it's probably going to be something you'll want to address prior to. Okay. Now, if it's a refinancing that we're doing, you're not buying a house, we're refinancing it. We can, if there's enough equity, we can pay them off. Obviously, it'll need to still be fully disclosed, but we can alleviate the financial problem. If you are um, in a contract and you're married, and during the process of buying the house, you get in a fight and want a divorce and never want to see each other again, that is not a reason for breaking the contract. You would still need to close on the house, and then you can put it on the market, or one person can get it. However, we handle it, we'll do that after closing. I had a client that found out that the other one was having an affair and blew up the deal 2 days before closing, and they got sued and they lost because that's not a reason for terminating a deal. You both were on the contract. It had nothing to do with the fact that you were married. It just had you both on the contract, and warned them not to do it, but they did anyway. They broke the contract, got sued. It ended up being about $25,000. Finally, don't buy a car. If you want a car, buy it after you buy the house. Okay. I've had people buy cars after I pre-approved them that didn't have car payments or had very low car payments. And then they went, when they found out they had a great credit score, went and bought a car and ended up with a $700-800 car payment. And now they don't debt ratio. And their deal is going to blow up because they went and bought that car. They lose the house because they no longer qualify. Between pre-approval and closing, a new debt came on the credit report that I was not aware of, and boom, the deal gets blown up. They also will pull credit. They'll check and get notified. The lenders will get notified if your credit is pulled, and they will ask you at closing, have you taken on any new debts? A new car payment is a new debt. So you don't want to do that. Wait till after. Car lenders don't care about what your debt to income ratio is. I'm convinced of that. So just wait till you close on the property, and then a few days, few months, whatever, get a car then. Last one. Do not quit your job day before closing. You have to be employed through closing and documents being recorded um, for it to stay as a viable contract. Okay. I had a client who tried to use vacation days through closing, which is what they did. They did a verification of employment 10 days prior, but then they quit their job using vacation days up to the day of closing. So they literally quit their job the day of closing because they were out of vacation days. And when the lender went to sell the loan, they did a verification of employment and found out that they did quit their job day of closing, which means when they signed the documents, they lied. Okay, so that's mortgage fraud because they ask you if anything has changed in your situation, your income, employment, and they said no. And in fact, it had. So don't do that. Okay. Um, they just had to, luckily, they had to just show them their new employment and it got straightened out, but it was tense there for about 2 weeks. So don't do that. If you're planning on changing jobs, do it months or weeks after you get the house and keep the same amount of income. Because obviously, as long as you're going up or current or higher in income as your current amount, that's okay. But if you take a job cut or cut your hours afterwards, now your debt to income ratio isn't the same and your budgeting was not the same as what we had planned. Okay, so don't do that. If you're going to change jobs because you got transferred or you got headhunted, that's okay. You can change jobs in the middle of the process. I just have to get your first paycheck from your new job, or contract, some type of employment contract stating how much you're going to make, and there can't be any restrictions about it. Okay. So anyway, those are the big things. Do not quit your job. Do not buy a car. Do not hide how much you owe in credit card debt. And I'll get you one more video.